membranous conjunctivitis. It is acute inflammation of conjunctiva with formation of membrane on conjunctiva. Etiology: age. It usually occurs in children between the age of 2 to 8 years. Sex: both sexes are equally affected. Bilaterality: it is a bilateral condition. It usually occurs in person living in bad hygienic condition and following eruptive fever. Causative agent: Corynebacterium diphtheria. The main microorganism is Corynebacterium diphtheria. It may be associated with other microorganisms like Streptococcus hemolyticus, Pneumococcus or Staphylococcus aureus. Mode of infection: Faucial diphtheria. Faucial diphtheria by contamination. Second, nasal diphtheria. It spreads through nasolacrimal duct. Infection by carrier. So these are the three modes of infection. Pathology: as the microorganism invades the conjunctiva, toxin is liberated and causes severe degree of inflammation of conjunctiva, as a result of which fibrinous exudates liberated and deposited not only on the surface of the conjunctiva but also within the substance of conjunctiva. So fibrinous exudate deposited on the surface of the conjunctiva and within the substance of the conjunctiva. The fibrinous exudate forms membrane. Membrane are formed on palpebral conjunctiva and bulbar conjunctiva. The membrane is tough in consistency and firmly adherent to the subjacent structure. Coagulative necrosis takes place in conjunctiva and membrane is sloughed off, and healing takes place by granulation tissue and epithelialization. During healing process, symblepharon and chyloblepharon, entropion, trichiasis and xerosis of conjunctiva occur. The microorganism directly invades the normal corneal epithelium. So corneal ulcer may develop. This is the pathology of membranous conjunctivitis. Now clinical features. The clinical features is divided in three parts. Number one, a stage of infiltration. Number two, a stage of suppuration. And number three, a stage of cicatrization. So, a stage of infiltration. There is severe pain in eye. The lids are red, hot, hard and swollen. under general anesthesia, the leads are separated by lead retractor. Then a stiff grayish yellow membrane is seen on palpebral conjunctiva and bulbar conjunctiva, and any attempt to remove it or any attempt to remove the membrane causes bleeding. Hyperemia of the conjunctiva, there is marked hyperemia of the conjunctiva, and preauricular lymph nodes are enlarged. Now a stage of suppuration. The conjunctival discharge is copious, lead becomes softened, the membrane slough off, leaving red raw and granulating surface. Now a stage of cicatrization. This is a stage of healing. The granulating surface is covered by epithelium. In this process, there may be adhesion between bulbar conjunctiva and palpebral conjunctiva, and symblepharon is formed. Next, the lid margins may be adhered, and the condition is known as ankyloblepharon. There is entropia due to contraction of the fibrous tissue, and trichiasis, misplaced eyelashes, and xerosis of the conjunctiva. The xerosis of conjunctiva is due to occlusion of nasolacrimal duct and destruction of goblet cells of the conjunctiva. So this is all about 3-stage clinical features. Along with this clinical feature, there is some systemic features appear, like the patient looks highly toxic, hyperpyrexia, and albuminuria, there is albumin in urine. Now complication. Corneal ulcer, because the Corynebacterium is the microorganism which directly invades or infiltrate the normal corneal epithelium. So corneal ulcer. Sometimes if the corneal ulcer is so severe, the whole cornea may be sloughed out. And symblepharon, ankyloblepharon, entropion, trichiasis, and xerosis of conjunctiva. So these are the complications. Now management. Management can be divided in two parts: prophylaxis and curative. In prophylaxis, the patient should be isolated, and the belongings of the patient like handkerchief and towel should not be used by other members of the family. Dressing material should be destroyed by fire, because this is a highly contagious disease. Now curative. Curative treatment, ideally the conjunctival swab or smear should be sent to microbiologist for culture and drug sensitivity test. But according to clinical features, on the basis of clinical features, we should start treatment. So the microorganism is sensitive to crystalline penicillin, older antibiotic, but 5,000 international units of crystalline penicillin is dissolved in 1 cc of distilled water, and 1 drop half an hourly instilled in affected eye. Number 2, ADS, anti-diphtheric serum, 1 drop 1 hourly in affected eye. If the corneal ulcer is present, atropine sulfate 1% twice or thrice daily in affected eye. Broad spectrum antibiotic ointment is applied at the bedtime. It prevents the sticking together of the lids and have prolonged action in eye. If the membrane is sloughed off, a glass cell is kept on the eyeball so that the bulbar conjunctiva and palpebral conjunctiva may be separated, which prevents the formation of symblepharon and ankyloblepharon. So, this is local treatment. These are the local treatment. Now, systemic treatment. Crystalline penicillin, 5 lakhs international unit, given twice daily intravascularly, and ADS, anti-diphtheric serum, intramuscularly, 50,000 international unit, 12 hourly. Then analgesic, anti-inflammatory, multivitamins. So this is all about membranous conjunctivitis. Now pseudomembranous conjunctivitis. It is acute inflammation of the conjunctiva with formation of false membrane on conjunctiva. Etiology. It usually occurs in children and devitalized person following eruptive fever, living in bad hygienic condition. The causative agents are pneumococcus, staphylococcus aureus, and streptococcus hemolyticus. Sometimes chemical irritants like ammonia, lime, silver nitrates cause pseudomembranous conjunctivitis. Pathology. As the microorganism invades the conjunctiva, fibrinous exudates forms only on the surface of the conjunctiva, not within the substance of the conjunctiva. And pseudomembrane is formed on the surface of the conjunctiva. Coagulation takes place and membrane can be easily peeled off without leaving any bleeding. So this is the pathology of pseudomembranous conjunctivitis. Now clinical features, symptoms, discomfort in eye, foreign body sensation due to engorgement of the blood vessels of the conjunctiva, photophobia, watering of the eye, mistiness of the vision means diminution of the vision due to thin layer of the discharge covering the cornea, sticking together of the lids during sleep due to discharge at the lid margin, rainbow halo around the light because the thin layer of the discharge covering the cornea breaks the white light into its component parts. Clinical sign, mild swelling of the lid, conjunctival congestion, chemosis of the conjunctiva, the pseudomembrane is deposited on tarsal conjunctiva and conjunctiva of the fornices. So these are the clinical features. Now treatment. Treatment, ideally the conjunctival swab should be sent to microbiologist, but treatment should be started. Broad local treatment, broad spectrum antibiotic like moxifloxacin, chlorpheniramine, gentamicin, 1 drop 1 hourly. Then broad spectrum antibiotic ointment 4 times a day. And systemic treatment, broad spectrum antibiotic orally in proper dose, analgesic anti-inflammatory in proper dose, and multivitamins. So this is all about membranous conjunctivitis and pseudomembranous conjunctivitis.